It's hard to say that there is a problem that exists if there's not a quantifiable number or a way to measure that.
Right now, advocates against human trafficking say the data doesn't paint an accurate picture of how prevalent it is in Idaho. And it's a problem they think needs to change. Our Abby Davis has a story.
In the dark corners of our communities,
it's happening everywhere.
And in plain sight.
It looks like everyday life. It looks like everything that we are all doing.
Our neighbors are being forced into modern slavery.
Most of them are afraid to say anything. We see in Nampa, Caldwell, Meridian, basically anywhere there's a motel, you can bet that there's probably been someone trafficked there.
Maya Bray knows the depths of human trafficking firsthand. Human trafficking happens when someone uses force, fraud, or coercion to get another person to do work or have sex. And it impacts people from all walks of life.
He seemed to be like a really good friend at the time. He said and did everything the right way.
KTVB shadowed Bray's face and disguised her voice to help protect her identity. Bray says she met her ex-boyfriend about 5 years ago. But the man Bray trusted most shattered that trust when he began trafficking her 4 months into their relationship.
It would start with a fight of, well, you're not doing your part to get money to help take care of us. I was like, well, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I'm trying to get a job. And he's like, well, that's not going to make it. You've got to do something now. And he goes, the best way for you to do that is to have sex with somebody.
Bray is not alone. Recent Idaho State Police data shows law enforcement agencies reported 36 human trafficking offenses in Idaho in 2022, a 414% increase from the previous year.
Most organizations aren't reporting it.
Still, many advocates, like Idaho Anti-Trafficking Coalition Executive Director Jennifer Zielinski, say it's a much bigger problem than those numbers portray.
We have an entire population that is under-identified, under-reported, and funneling through our systems punitively.
More than 100 Idaho law enforcement agencies sent in data for ISP's 2022 crime report. But that report shows very few agencies tracked human trafficking. The Nampa Police Department accounted for 26 of the 36 reported offenses. In contrast, there was only one reported case in Ada County.
Comparatively, it should be a lot higher just based on population alone.
Nampa PD Detective Chad Benson
It's showing up in all different areas.
says other agencies may not track human trafficking because it happens at the same time as other crimes and can be hard for officers to identify.
We need to understand what it is and what it looks like in order to see that, yes, this is a drug offense and this person maybe is in possession of some kind of a narcotic substance, but is there also more to what's going on?
Do you think other agencies, it's a matter of them not wanting to do that, or them just simply not being aware that it is as big of a problem as it is?
I think it's more of the not maybe being aware or not recognizing that it is happening along with the other crimes that they're already seeing.
Bray says when she was trafficked, she and her trafficker were charged with drug crimes.
I was arrested with the trafficker, and it was his drugs on me. He made me carry. And when I told the officer what had happened, the officer wouldn't believe me. He thought that I was just a prostitute that had a drug problem.
That's why the Idaho Anti-Trafficking Coalition says the state needs to prioritize combating human trafficking.
It starts there so that we can actually and effectively advocate for a reallocation of funding that will support law enforcement training and education, that will actually implement systemic change and frameworks.
Beyond that, Zielinski says lawmakers should build a centralized, confidential database for agencies and organizations working directly with victims. She and Detective Benson also want lawmakers to change state codes around human trafficking so victims are no longer identified as prostitutes. They say doing so would help hold the right people accountable.
If you view the individual from the lens of prostitution, then you are saying that that person is choosing to do it and nobody is forcing that.
It's not just on lawmakers and law enforcement. Advocates say it's on everyone throughout our community to bring the issue out of the darkness.
Some people know about it and put their head in the sand about the whole situation, that a lot of ground has been covered with trying to start the training throughout the community, but I think we have a long ways to go.
Some common signs of human trafficking include big age gaps between a guy and a girl, especially if it's obvious that they're not related. Another sign is people being dressed inappropriately for the weather or situation that they're in. If you are being trafficked or know of somebody being trafficked, call a crisis hotline. The number for the National Human Trafficking Hotline is right here on your screen. We also have other resources linked on our website, ktvb.com.